What does it take to become one of the richest real estate moguls in American history? A high IQ? A lucky break? A fancy degree? Try this instead. Grit, vision, and an eye for value where no one else is looking. Sam Zell was born in 1941 to Jewish Polish immigrant parents who escaped the Holocaust by a matter of hours. His parents arrived in America with just $600 and a baby on the way. That baby, Sam Zell, the man who would go on to own over 500 commercial buildings and revolutionize the real estate investment trust. The man who sold a $39 billion portfolio to Blackstone, fueling the rise of the world's most powerful private equity firm. But Sam didn't start with a portfolio. He started with a beat-up, 3-unit apartment building in a college town. No trust fund, no blueprint, just a $1,500 down payment, a paintbrush, and the mindset that nothing was off limits, that anything was possible. This is the story of how Sam Zell made billions and the hard-won lessons he learned along the way. Sam Zell's story begins before he was born. His father Bernard escaped Poland on the last train out, just hours before the tracks were bombed. Then, with Sam's mother and sister, he spent nearly 2 years crossing 2 continents to reach America. They arrived in Seattle on May 18, 1941. Rochelle was pregnant with Sam. They had $600 and no connections. Bernard, once a successful grain merchant in Poland, was rejected by Quaker Oats because he didn't have a college degree. So, he did what immigrants do best. He adapted. He started a grain business, but after 2 years of struggling to replicate his old success, he pivoted. Instead of giving up, he launched a wholesale jewelry company, a bold move that showed his willingness to start over and keep moving forward. He worked 6 days a week, 13 hours a day. From them, Sam learned 3 things: discipline, work ethic, and the idea that in America, success has no ceiling. At 12, Sam discovered his first arbitrage opportunity. Walking the streets of Chicago after Hebrew school, he found a magazine called Playbook, selling for 50 cents. He brought it back to Highland Park, where it wasn't available. When he showed it to his friends, one of them asked, "How much?" Sam didn't think. He just blurted out, $3. The kid paid. And just like that, Sam's first business was born. The lesson? Where there's scarcity, price is no object. It was his first vivid taste of supply and demand, and it would become a core principle of his investment philosophy. Sam didn't plan to start a real estate career in college. He saw an opportunity to make some money and did not overthink it. A landlord was building student apartments near the University of Michigan. Sam and a friend pitched themselves to manage the building. "We are students. We know what students want. Give us a shot." They had no experience, but they got the deal. One building under Sam and his friends' management turned into 3. Then came renovation. Then came their first employee, Bob Lurie. Together, they built a local empire. And along the way, Sam learned a secret. When you don't know the rules, you're not afraid to break them. It was proof that the best way to learn business is by doing business, even before you think you're ready. Sam's story was not about waiting for permission. It was about starting before he had all the answers and figuring it out along the way. After law school, Sam tried to get a quote-unquote real job. But after 43 rejections, he finally got an answer. One hiring partner told him the truth. His resume was filled with so many successful deals. They knew he wouldn't stay. "We would train you," the partner said, "and then you would leave in 3 months. You're not a lawyer. You're a deal guy." Eventually, Sam did land a job at a law firm. He lasted 4 days before quitting and going back to real estate full-time. He wasn't chasing income. He was building ownership. "In the beginning, we took nearly all our returns in residuals," Sam said. "We were asset rich and cash poor." But Sam Zell understood something most people missed. If you manage the downside, the upside takes care of itself. He avoided flashy markets. He focused on second-tier cities where construction was cheaper and competition scarce. And here is the kicker. He bought properties for less than it would cost to build them from scratch. That meant new developers could not compete with him on price. His downside was protected. His rents were defensible. His cash flow reliable. And Sam knew that even if he was not making much cash in the short term, reinvesting everything back into his real estate business would pay off bigger in the long run. Sam didn't just buy buildings. He assembled land, bought adjacent lots, renovated, leased, and sold for multiples. He learned that scale creates exponential value because a big piece of something is often worth more than many small pieces alone. By 24, he had $250,000 in the bank. That's more than $2 million in today's money, and a real estate business spanning several cities. Not bad for a law student who started with $1,500 and no formal plan. But Sam wanted more. So he sold his business in Ann Arbor, moved back to Chicago, and went all in. In the early 1970s, Sam Zell noticed a disturbing trend. Too much new constructions, not enough demand. So he stopped buying, while others kept building. Sam stockpiled cash. When the market crashed in 1973, Zell pounced, buying assets at 50 cents on the dollar. Then he expanded beyond real estate into energy, logistics, retail, manufacturing. Because Sam Zell was not a real estate guy. He was an opportunity guy. And he moved fast. If you're not moving forward, you're falling behind. Over the decades that followed, Zell scaled far beyond college town apartments. He helped pioneer the modern REIT, right, turning bricks and mortar into a liquid, institutional-grade asset class by packaging real estate into publicly traded entities that offered predictable income and liquidity to investors. It allowed everyday people to invest small amounts and earn dividends from commercial real estate, something previously reserved for the ultra-rich. Real estate, once seen as a local, illiquid hustle, was now traded on Wall Street. Zell's portfolio eventually spanned over 500 commercial properties across the country. And in 2007, after decades of playing the long game, he sold his equity office portfolio and his 500-plus commercial buildings to Blackstone for $39 billion, the largest leverage buyout in the US history at the time. So, what made Sam Zell different? Reinvest your returns. Wealth comes from ownership, not salary. Manage risk relentlessly. Always know the downside. Jay Pritzker, business magnate, founder of Hyatt Hotels, and the man who would become both a partner and mentor to Sam Zell. taught Sam to simplify even the most complex deals, boiling them down to the one make or break element. If you can spot the weak link, you can control the risk. Stay curious. Newspapers, financial reports, even fiction, curiosity was their edge. Sam read voraciously because spotting anomalies starts with seeing what others overlook. Keep it simple. Complexity kills execution. Laugh at yourself. Ego is the enemy. Go all in. Commit like an owner, because the minute you quit, you lose. And above all, be the lead dog. Because if you're not leading the pack, you're just staring at someone else's behind. Sam Zell never let rules or convention dictate his path. He turned obscure markets into gold mines, saw opportunity in chaos, and built a legacy by asking one powerful question: why not me? So, if you're looking to build something great, remember the Zell Playbook. Own, don't rent. Question everything. Respect the downside. And when the world zigs, learn to zag. Sam used to say, "This is not a dress rehearsal." And he lived like he meant it, closing billion-dollar deals, while still finding time to ride motorcycles around the world every year with his closest friends, a group they proudly called Zell's Angels. Thanks for watching. If this inspired you, drop a like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what lesson from Sam Zell hit the hardest. If you liked this video, you're going to love this next one, selected just for you.